I'm Gretchen Shaffner, and I'm from Boulder, Colorado.
Awesome. Could you tell us a little about yourself, Gretchen?
I actually grew up in Boulder and moved away and then ended up moving back. I have two kids, 20 and 18, and I'm remarried. I was married once before and divorced, and now I'm remarried to Andy Shaffner and living in Boulder, living the dream.
So you're a legal patient here, aren't you?
Yeah, I am a legal medical marijuana patient.
Let's see. And what do you use cannabis for?
Well, I have several things I use it for. I have 10 titanium screws and fusions in my neck and my back. I don't even actually know how I injured myself. Happened sometime while my husband was in the hospital, I think. But anyway, I was almost ended up being a quadriplegic. My disc had compressed my spinal cord almost all the way to the other side in my neck. And so they rushed me in and did that, and I still was having problems. They said, well, what about the rest of your back? And so they took pictures, and sure enough, I had another one, and they had to go in and they did put in 6 more screws in my upper thoracic. So I'm not a happy pain pill person, and of course they had me on all sorts of drugs and pain medicine, and I'm glad they did, actually. That was the worst thing I think I've ever been through, and I've been through 2 C-sections. But they messed with my stomach, they messed with my intestines. Mentally, pain medication just makes me miserable. And so I got off it as quickly as I could, and part of the way I got off it was with weed, with marijuana. Started and just stopped taking them. And I also, before that, had started making a balm. An infused medicated balm for my father and for Andy, and I'm glad I did, because use that as well to help the healing and for the muscles and the nerves.
So you're using cannabis topically as well as taking it internally?
Yep, absolutely. And yeah, I was off the pain meds in like a couple months.
Really?
Yeah, but I felt better. I felt so much better when I wasn't taking those, even though sometimes I had to deal with more pain. Sometimes I'd push myself and I'd have pain, but if I managed it with the marijuana, I could deal with it throughout the day. So it was so much better. My mental state, and my ability to actually function daily. I couldn't function when I was taking prescription medication, and I deal with all the household bills, and I had the 2 teenagers at the time, so I was a busy mom, and I needed to be able to function, and I couldn't on this prescription stuff, but with marijuana I could actually function, and I could go to my son's football games, and I'd eat candy, and I could sit in the stands for 4 hours. There was no way I could have done that otherwise. So that was really cool. The other thing I use it for is my knees. I have no cartilage left underneath my kneecaps, and I used to get like viscous shots in them for it, but those are quite painful, and I had to go in for several weeks, and they stopped lasting or working so well. At first they worked for like a year, and then by the end it lasted maybe 3 months, and it was 5 weeks of going in to get shots, and the shots made me puke every time. Basically, they made me nauseous. I was one of the few percentage of people, I guess, that reacts that way to this stuff. But so that was just, I haven't gone in years and gotten the shots. I just put balm on my knees, and it helps the inflammation, and I can walk and move and get up and down the stairs. So I figure keep on moving. As long as I'm moving, I'm good. So
you think your life is better with cannabis?
Oh, absolutely. But I've always kind of been played around with herbs and more natural forms of medicine too, just because I don't react well to a lot of other medications. I have a very high tolerance for pain medications and things like that, but they tend to give me other side effects like nausea. They mess with your stomach. Everybody knows that. And mentally, we're not good. People don't like me when I'm taking pain pills. So
Well,
it's definitely a better alternative, especially when you have teenagers. I think, because I was ready to kill them when I was taking when they had me on oxys and stuff like that. It was not good. So with marijuana you can chill. And the pain is tolerable. What else do you want to know?
I think that pretty much covers it. I think we're good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah?
Thank you. We're good.